All right, good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Lisa Klaslow, and I am with the Lupus Society of Illinois. I'm the Community Relationship Manager, and I'm very excited to bring Lupus Where Medicine Meets Music Part 4 tonight. Um, Before we get started, I'm just going to go through a couple of slides of some upcoming things that we have going on. Hopefully, let's see here. All right. About today's presentation, this is an event for educational and informational purposes only and serves to benefit our mission. The Lupus Society of Illinois does not provide medical advice or recommendations. The information should not be substituted or replaced by your medical expert care. Before you change your medical care, consult your qualified healthcare professional familiar with your medical condition and health status. This event is being recorded and will be archived on the Lupus Society of Illinois' website. So we'll get that up tomorrow. So if you miss something or have to step away or anything, you can come back and revisit the presentation or share it with friends and family who could not attend tonight. Going on at the Lupus Society of Illinois, if you or anyone you know is interested in joining the 2026 Bank of America Chicago Marathon, we do have guaranteed open spots for the Lupus Charity Runners. If you're interested, you can log on to the lupuscharityrunners.org, or you can call us at the office to get more information, or contact Mary at lupusil.org. 2026 is just around the corner, and we are going to start preparing for our walk in Naperville. That will be in August 2026. We do not have the official date yet, but stay tuned. We should be launching that in January. So we hope that you will be able to join us then. And if you've ever attended our walk and see how much fun it is, we do have a committee that I work with to plan the event. So if you are interested or know anyone, come join the committee. We meet monthly on Zoom and we prepare and give ideas, and a lot of great things that you see at the walk come from those meetings. So we hope you can join us there. If you or anyone you know is interested, we are always looking for volunteers into internships. So please reach out to me at the office if you're interested in either one of those, or know somebody that is maybe in college or something. And then all events like this are made possible by donations. If you donate to the LSI, you are supporting educational events, individual peer support, physician referrals, and we are here when people need us the most. So you can text lupusil to 7077070 or go on our website to make a donation. With that being said, I'm going to introduce our presenters. I do want to let everyone know that this was a pre-recorded presentation just because it was very hard to get everyone together at the same time. So I will do a quick intro of the presenters and then we will get started. I do need my glasses for this. I'd like to introduce LaShon, Dr. LaShon Gurrola, DHA, MSN, APRN, FNP-BC, is a recent graduate and got her doctoral in healthcare administration. LaShon has been a nurse practitioner for over 25 years. She has started and hosts the Lupus Support Group based out of Rush University. She is a founding member of the Gamma Pi Rho Lupus Sorority, Inc., and serves on the board of directors of Aspire. She is a member of the Zeta Phi Beta Sorority, Inc., Chi Xi Zeta. LaShon is a mother to 3 beautiful daughters and successful beautiful daughters, an amazing friend to everyone in the lupus community. Dion Langley is a professional drummer and passionate lupus advocate whose life and music tell a powerful story of resilience. Dion works stand into intersections of music and advocacy, a drummer who never stops creating and a fighter who will never stop raising awareness. His mission is clear: to inspire, educate, and encourage others to live boldly, no matter the challenge. He is, as he always says, I'm drumming to a different beat, that's to beat lupus. And then tonight we do have a special guest joining us. Her name is Chiquita Renee. She's a Reiki master teacher, mother, and lover of food. She also owns Yale's Garden and provides sound healing meditation across the city of Chicago. She has a passion for making people laugh while helping them with their mental health. With that being said, I am going to hopefully easily play the recording. Oh.
Good morning, everyone. And welcome, and it's good to see you guys again. I'm LaShon, and as Lisa has done the introductions, we have Dion Langley and Chiquita here. And first off, I just want to again give LSI thanks for really giving Dion and I a chance to do these sessions. We agreed on 5, so this is session 4, and I'm very pleased and happy. And I hope you guys have enjoyed hearing something different in the lupus community. We wanted, Dion and I really wanted to move to something different that can empower us to take active involvement in our own care and comfort. And so I just want to do a quick little brief recap of these sessions and bring you guys up to where we are now with session 4. So Dion, first session, it was great. It was at the first annual Jazz Lupus Awareness Jazz Concert. We had Lisa out there. We had a great audience, and we were able to, you know, at the intercession of the music concert, which, by the way, BKS band and Dion Langley, you got to get down. Got down. The whole park still talking about that. Yes, concert.
Yes. Look, we're definitely ready to get back too. So we definitely ready to come back to the
I know. So we talked about pain and use of music as an adjunct, using music as an adjunct to, you know, kind of divert your attention off the intensity of your pain and so forth. And then Dion, what did we do? We went into remember, relax, relate, release. We talked about the effects of music on stress and anxiety.
Yeah. We actually that was actually a real important session moment, if you can remember, because so many members or so many people that was out there, we gave them a different viewpoint. And I believe when we combine like that actual jazz concert and what we did that night, just from your teachings, and then them saying a different look at, hey, it's another way to suppress this. You know, it's these like, so we gave so many people options. And you remember after the show, it was so many healthy conversations, you know, about what went on that night. So again, LSI, thank you so much, because, you know, LaShon and I always talked about this. We had a vision and I'm just so blessed that, you know, that someone understood my vision. That's so blessed.
And Mr. Trump understood that vision.
Yes.
So, and gave us this platform. Right. And of course, Mary,
right.
But so, I remember,
you know, everything, you know, that we've been doing, you know, people are real excited, and I'm getting more people that want to be a part. It's like we're making lupus fun, but we're making it educational as well. Yes. But we're bringing something to the table that takes off the mental stress, the mental frustration, the physical pain, because we are putting that therapy behind it. And I just feel that, you know, it's so much for us to really grow on and just expand. And so I'm excited about what we're going to do today, you know, and for future references. Yes. So I'm definitely excited. Definitely excited.
I'm gonna bring us back a little bit on session 3. We hit on that physical. What do we talk about? Physical and mental healing through music. And I think, Dion, this is the one we recorded at your studio.
Yes.
And then we had the clips, and Lisa kind of pulled it. We had a videographer get it together. Yes. That one was my second to favorite, because we took it through a lifespan. We talked about in utero music with women who are pregnant and how to listen to that sound, the baby's mom's voice, to the toddler, infancy and toddler with the bedtime routines and the nursery rhymes to help promote language and fine motor, all the way through the school age children, the high school children using music as a social thing, stress.
We covered all ages, so I think, yeah, it was stuff everybody could relate to. Yeah, I remember that. Right, I remember that.
And that's when we started the vibration discussion, vibroacoustics. We learned a new term because I had never really looked at vibroacoustics. So lo and behold, I'm at a community event in the Austin area in Chicago, and I meet this young lady, Chiquita, who you guys heard her bio. And when I saw her setting up her stuff, I didn't even really know what you call them. I said, she's doing vibrations or something. So this Aspire Center is a new workforce development in the Austin neighborhood.
Okay.
And they had a health and wellness section set up. So there was someone doing yoga, and then Chiquita was here. So Chiquita, I'm gonna let you pick it up from there about us meeting and our conversation, if you recall.
Oh yeah. So like you said, we met at the Aspire building. I was setting up. I get hired often to do sound meditations around the city of Chicago.
Okay.
Which I also have autoimmune issues. So when we connected and was just promoting relaxation and getting people to kind of like de-stress and be well and like let wellness be at the forefront of their minds. So I was really glad when we connected. As a practitioner, doing Reiki and teaching people about wellness through their body and using sound frequencies to help support that. It was very affirming to connect with doctors and nurses and organizations who want to incorporate a more holistic approach so that people can be on the forefront of their wellness when they're asleep, when they're at home, and with their families.
I love it. And when I remember texting or emailing Dion or texting, I said, you know what? I'm thinking for this fourth session to this soul connects our last session, the direction we were headed. And she kind of just came in. It's like we had the peanut butter and the bread. She came over and killed it. You got the sandwich for it.
We good to go. We can eat. Yeah, we can eat now.
Cut the crust off and cut it in little.
We can eat it. We can eat it. Right. That's it. That was perfect. Yeah, that was perfect.
And I'm learning new terms, right? So chakras,
Yes.
and what is it?
So chakras simply put are 7 centers on the body, starting from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. Each chakra is associated with a color, a frequency. There's herbs associated with each one, and then a little bit of psychology, meaning that they all have a function that you can notice that happens within the body when it's in balance or out of balance. For example, my favorite example is about the throat chakra, which is located at the throat, right? And so those moments, let's say you're at work and you want to advocate for yourself, or someone just irritates you and you find yourself coughing or having dry breath. I mean, you know,
like you need a drink of water.
yeah, like I'm thirsty, or you might feel tenseness in your throat. And that is a sign, a physical sign that your throat chakra is starting to become blocked, and that you're now in the process of not saying what you should say or what you want to say, and suppressing it. And so when we suppress these emotions, it causes imbalances within the body. And then we start
energy that's being imbalanced.
It's the energy and the intention, because you're not feeling safe enough to express your needs and desires, or you're not feeling safe enough to express whatever is hurting you. And so your body always tells you what's going on, you know? So when something like that happens and you're irritated, then you start to notice it's anchored there, but then now your day is off. And now you can focus, and then you got third eye things going, and maybe now you don't feel safe, and you're like, I'm gonna quit this job. You know what I'm saying? So it affects the whole body. So if you can get to the root of the issue, it's like, oh, you don't feel safe expressing your needs, then everything else will kind of start communicating and come in balance.
So throat chakra. So a person with lupus,
Yes.
and other autoimmune, but lupus, okay, we can have attacks on any organ.
Yeah.
So we talking literally scalp, hair. Today I got hair, y'all. Next week I might die. But
So
you say there's 7. So if you these chakras. So
yes.
a person with lupus, Dion, help me describe. So our body is in this internal
It's fighting against
war, right? Fighting.
That's it.
So
That's
it's
it.
gonna look different. So the way it does look at me, it's gonna look different in you, right?
Right, right.
How do we know which chakra of the body? Because we got 7, right?
Right.
So is it possible to have imbalance or disturbance in several at a time?
Yes.
And then what is it? Just close your eyes, deep breathe, count to 3, and
Well, I think so. As a Reiki practitioner, right? And as someone who takes clients to help them holistically get better, I think, and also as a person who has had multiple near-death experiences with my own autoimmune issue, which is myasthenia gravis. And I got diagnosed with that when I was 18. As I started to journey and have children, same as you, except for I don't have, my flare-ups isn't painful, but it's extreme fatigue, or I'm not normal, or I can't move. It's paralyzing. At the worst of my autoimmune issue, I can't walk or I can't talk, but it's gradual. It looks like I had a stroke when I was 18. So with all of that said, when it came to learning new techniques, and it's the introduction and the education, right? So the awareness of knowing that I can communicate with my body when I feel like something is off, then I don't treat myself like a quick fix and like, okay, well, what chakra is that? Sometimes it is taking out my sound bowls and disconnecting from the world, because I'm not participating in the world like regular people are, and that gives me permission to hold space, to pause. So I think before we even dive
to hold space, I love that.
yeah, before you get so deep into the chakras, we have to be aware and mindful of ourselves. We have to give ourselves permission to know that rest isn't punishment. We have to be aware to know that meditation and that recalibration is our superpower. So when we just know, like, okay, let's slow down first. And maybe I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna turn on some sound bowls, or I'm gonna go get my sound bowl and do a quick meditation just to get grounded. So at the beginning of the day, it's like a part of your ritual. Like, how do you care for yourself? Because the invisible diseases, we spend more time trying to convince people what we have and trying to hide what we have.
Say that again. Say that again. We have to convince people that it's real, what we're feeling, and that we're not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and
That's it.
because people think you're making it up. Like, and you do a lot of work. Like, you look so pretty in your purple, and your hair is done so beautiful. No one's gonna be like, okay, don't work. Like, I look, don't you need to de-stress. No,
Right,
and you don't look like you hurt.
right.
and you get it all. And it's gas. Like, you're like, how are you gonna tell me? And so that creates a different level of psychosis.
Yes.
That can be triggered, and it can also cause imbalances in the body, to where it's now, when you don't feel seen or heard in those moments, you start to revert to your addictions. So if you go and your addiction is food, and now you're eating food that causes inflammation, and now the inflammation is causing it's triggering the symptoms, and you have this cycle of things that now it starts snowballing. So pausing to get grounded, meditation is the best way to start. But then as you keep evolving in your personal practice, then you know about the root and the sacral and the solar plexus chakras.
So Dion, let's take it back a little bit. Relax, relate, release. And we talked about, you know, the whole taking care of yourself mentally and physically. And you were like, oh, I know you and your music. Like, I like my smooth jazz. I like my therapy. I like to incorporate other things along with my medical plan, right? And a real toss out disclaimer too is this is, you know, these conversations are for information, and I'm a practitioner and also a lupus patient. So just a way to empower people to know that it's something maybe you can do that might help you feel better. We don't recommend to people, oh, stop all your lupus medicine, stop taking this, stop. That's not what this is. This is saying, can these be complementary, added to your plan to kind of help you have a sense of control, and that you have a voice in your care. Something you can, you know, you're on a plane, you got a noisy crying baby over here, you got somebody kicking your chair over here, you got different smells and things that's just making you nauseous and sick. This is me, right? With this myth. Everybody want to chill out on the plane, right? So I'm dying. And it's like, okay, LaShon. Put the little thing in.
But listen, put your headphones on, and now you have something in your ear to distract you.
And you already know if I go to on the playlist, you already know where I'm going.
Right. So again, like everything that you all are saying, it all relates. And it's just a healthy, to me, I'm taking it as a healthy way out to keep it from getting worse. No matter what you're doing, whether it's music or you calm, you're right. It's like a healthy calm. It's like a healthy calm.
It has to be complementary. I think the education around medicine when you're trying to be normal is the lack of acceptance that you're not normal. So most of us are taking medication to try to live, exactly right. To have the standards or the quality of living that we're used to that some of us just might not get back. And to keep taking medicine to pretend to be something else is not the goal. But to take the medicine to be well requires a lifestyle shift. You know what I'm saying? So it can't just be, well, I'm going to pump up all this medicine and then go work 80 hours a week. Like, that's counterproductive.
We still need to eat, right? We still need to rest. You still need to mentally de-stress. You know, whether you're using some form of alternative therapy with your medicine. It's like, I so get that.
Yeah.
And that.
But we have an advantage too. Like, even in the education of speaking with your peers or, you know, people who have similar illnesses, right?
That's all about. Yeah.
We have an advantage over the average person that sometimes we don't even see it from that perspective. Because most people in general, like the things that we have to implement for our livelihood is the things that people wish they could implement. So many people who appear to be normal wish they can slow down to meditate. They wish they had a moment to listen to their favorite music. Like, sometimes you get so caught up in the world that, you know, it's unfortunate we have these circumstances, but we can tend to live a better quality of life across the board, you know. If your children are well, but they know if your anxiety is creeping up so that you don't, you know, get overthrown by the day, to sit down and slow down. You need to meditate. So it's not specific. Holistic practices isn't to, you know, dismantle anything that's for your well-being or to support you. But it's basic needs that's going to help you be a functioning person. I get it.
I think what we deal with, we're forced to live that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like default, but normal people don't see that. So right. So I definitely understand you on that. I can totally agree with that because
You end up being an advocate for wellness.
right, it takes more for us to do the little things that people may not understand. So for us to do the little things is actually it's an accomplishment for us. So we're forced in our day to day just to be. No, I get it. Yep. I'm with you on that.
So LaShon, to your point about the chakras, right? So I can say briefly what chakras govern different parts of the body. And that's typically how you can know which chakra you can kind of focus on.
Okay.
And be like, you know what, let me go find a root chakra meditation on YouTube and play it and just kind of relax. So anything from the base of the spine down to your feet, if you feel anything within those regions, that's the root chakra.
Okay.
All of your reproductive areas, up until like right under your navel.
Okay.
That area is the sacral chakra.
Okay.
So the root chakra is about your foundation, your base, your connection. And so when you're getting, when you're getting grounded, it's about your habits, your lifestyle. The sacral chakra is more emotional and creative, and it's also everyone's birthing center. This is how we procreate, right? So if you're suppressing emotions or if you're not comfortable with crying or releasing, it usually sits there, and then you feel like a lot of agitation, or some people have like, what is it called, on the back when they have a lot of pain, that nerve right there, that sciatica, yes. I hear that. Yes, so it's like your emotional regulation about you feeling safe in spaces where you can express your emotions or your desires. From the right above the navel up to your rib cage is the solar plexus, which is your gut. So this is like your gut instinct, like how you trust yourself physically. And that, like I said, each one has
will convince themselves that what they are feeling in their gut instinct is wrong.
It is right.
I didn't feel right, but you didn't stop.
But think about the organs that are there. It's the large intestine and the small intestine. So that has a lot to do with your digestive system. So if you're not eating the right food, you're probably gonna lack confidence. And that's what a lot of that center is about. Like feeling bold, trusting yourself, and like going out to express that openly. Up here is the heart chakra, which is all of this region. That is your love and your self-worth and worthiness. You'd be surprised to understand how much people carry a lot of unforgiveness, and it's it right here. And it's hard to care for yourself when you're unforgiving. Like we're literally our biggest enemy when it comes to that regard, because we can forgive other people or we can maneuver through rooms, but we end up internalizing it like, you should have did this, why you do that? So that chatter that we have, definitely the heart center is always a great space to start and to work through. Going up to the throat chakra, this is your communication center. This is the way you express yourself. Even, I guess in the religious sense, we all know about the tongue, how it's a small member, but it's very powerful. So what you say, and what you call it, how you say it, but it's also how you receive information. Are you able to listen? Your comprehension skills. Are you being honest with yourself and others? We often want people to be honest with us, but we don't sit down to like maybe journal to be honest about what we want. Because people project things onto us all the time about what you should do and what you need to do. But if you say, well, what you want to do, then you can start to create. And then the throat chakra is a creative center too, because this is your expression. And we usually express through colors and words, and all forms of communication. That's how programming works, right? Then we go up to the third eye. The third eye chakra is also your trust center, but it's a very important center because it's about your intuition. This is a knowing that you can't prove. This is a part of the autoimmune journey where it's just like, oh, I know today just ain't feeling right. Giving yourself permission to be like, it's one of them days, and it's okay, right? But if it's blocked and you're like, well, I have to do 1,000,001 things for everyone else, knowing is gonna trigger your body into, going back, and now you're in pain all day. You don't need proof, or you don't need to trigger your body for pain to know that today is just not one of your best days. So that's your knowing. And then the last one is the crown chakra. So this starts here, and this is pretty much your highest self. This is you knowing that you are well, and it's kind of detaching from the flesh, you know? It is your authentic self, who you are when no one's looking. When you're in, you know, prayer or meditation, where do you go to find solitude, to be grounded, and who you are if you didn't have all these titles, which is very important because we wear hats all the time.
Yes.
And not, you know, in addition to masks with the hat. You can sit with just allowing yourself to be so that you can pivot. Pivot is very important with autoimmune issues, you know. Everyday resources so that you can sit and have clarity, like, okay, I can't do this, but who can I call to support me or support others so other things can get done? And even just talking about it, there's a sense of clarity in breathing. And so when I use the sound bowls, I usually have all 7. So each chakra has a frequency that's attached that can be associated with it, like regular music, right? And then they all have the sound is in support of that chakra. And my favorite thing is creating playlists like you that ends up being in alignment with that. So like with my heart chakra, you can tell when you play heart chakra music because either you're like overly in love and you're like, you know, this is all the love songs. But if your heart chakra needs a little bit healing, then you're playing all of the, you know, the bitter love songs. Like, you should have come to me, you should have did this, you know, it's coming from the heart. It's true. And so all that, the root chakra, it varies. So that's my favorite thing too, like the sounds and the music, and I love what you guys have collaborated and put together because that is literally how I like live with my children. It's like a core value in our home. So root chakra, like if it's a Sunday and I'm cleaning my house, my root goes to the Isley Brothers. You know, it's like I'm my old steps in the dark thing. Yeah. Now that might be your heart. See, for you that might be your heart because it's romantic. For me, it's nostalgic because it reminds me of my family members, and so it goes to my roots. So you see how the chakras be different based off of your experience, and just getting to know yourself and what you like and incorporating it into your day to day. You're learning a lot, Lisa.
I'm learning everything. This is all new to me. I'm very interested in this. And how did you get involved in this?
I guess quick story. I lived in Egypt for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
That started my holistic practice. I had half of my babies over there. That was the first time I had the opportunity to slow down to get to know my body and my mind and start to learn. In 2016, I started my wellness, my products. So I started making products for autoimmune issues because I realized like we can't do anything like too perfumey because it could trigger like fatigue or start causing agitation within the body. And so I started to create my own soaps and body butters, and I named them after the fruits of the spirit. Oh, I didn't even know this. Yeah. Like we got stuff with the frequency and vibrations.
Yeah.
Because what Dion and I started, so that's what drew me. Well, now I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, like different herbs to help with clarity and memory. And then also acknowledge deficiencies and being transparent. I was going through a divorce. And so high stress situations trigger your autoimmune issues very bad. And so going through that, I had a moment where I was like, I need to live for my kids. And I don't know how to do that. And so I was on the south side of Chicago, and I had my first Reiki session. And I was like, wow, I feel really relaxed. And I had like a mental clarity where I could figure out the next step. And I wanted to keep finding my next steps. Okay. And then during COVID, I had to pivot because I couldn't make products anymore. And I decided to get my sound bowls. I got trained in Reiki as a practitioner. And I started creating workshops, wellness workshops.
What is Reiki for those who don't know? Into it now.
Yes.
Into the session.
So the coolest part of my house,
So
which
Reiki
is out here.
it's an alternative practice. It's not a meditation, but you have a practitioner that creates a space so that you can relax and surrender. So you're laying on a massage bed and they're going through to check your chakras or to help you balance your chakras. So if you don't know how to do it yourself, then they can tell you at the end of the session, like, you know what, maybe you should do a little love for your throat chakra because you might have been ignoring it. So it assists people in their wellness plan and their journeys. So a Reiki session with me, it is very much, let's talk about resources so that you can use therapy and your medicine in a way so that you can feel more productive in life, just period.
Do you find that, because one mutual goal Dion and I was having was people want to feel like they have some control, they have some input, and that they can do something to help them feel better. Not necessarily take pain away, not necessarily you're going to take all the stress away in one day, but just feel like I have this to go to. Whether you go to your music, whether you listen to some I do aromatherapy, certain aromas calm me.
Yeah.
Okay, and lavender, vanilla, honey, different things, right? So I think to bring to point what you just said, having that permission to create a space to say, okay, this is what, and it's of course self-care, but I do feel a sense of empowerment. Yes, because I can decide when I can do this. I can decide when when I can put these things into play for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's basically like for me, you got to challenge yourself mentally. Because I feel like, and we talk about this all the time, however you paint this picture mentally, whatever picture you paint up here, your body reacts to. So it's kind of like we're saying creating a space for it and just making sure everything is aligning to make sure that we do feel better physically based off how we picture it up here. Like I like when she was talking about when she was at the top in the actual temple, because that's where the mind comes in. So I feel like what we're saying is we're creating a space for us that's healthy, regardless of what's going on around us. So I think it's a very strong mental aspect as well. Yeah,
For sure.
I believe
For
that.
sure. So good topic. This has been a great discussion. I mean,
Yeah,
we could have just no prep, just
right, right.
I mean, really. I have a better appreciation listening to you. I have a better appreciation. And that's a short sentence, but powerful one.
I appreciate
That's it.
Yes, especially with the ways of the world too, just being mindful of yourself. Because I think that having autoimmune issues make you more sensitive to environment. And so when we talk about frequencies, you also got to include the frequencies of spaces, So if you walk into a room and there's a lot of negative chatter, that's still a frequency that you feel, and that can be overwhelming, right? As opposed to walking into a room that's really loving and calling you in, you're going to lean into that. So frequency is everywhere. Your frequency, managing that, not even managing, but creating holistic practices so that you can connect with yourself is super important.
I like this, and it validates something for me in that I don't have to keep explaining. Dion, you and Emmett post a lot about that energy and protecting your peace. Okay.
That's it.
And
That's
so
important.
people, the first thing they want to say is, "Are you mad at me?" And I'm like, "I'm not mad at you. I'm protecting my peace, my space.
Right.
I have the capacity. I know how I want to be treated. I know uncomfortable situations for me. It has nothing to do with being mad at you. It's like I get so tired of having to explain that. But we've simplified it.
Right.
You're just taking care of you. I'm just taking care of myself.
Like,
I'm just taking care of me.
And I encourage you to do the same.
right. we say this all the time, LaShon. We talk about it, but at some point it sounds bad, but it's actually good. You have to be selfish about you and your space. You have to be selfish about who you allow to come in that space. Everybody can't get the same access.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Because
you said it. And sometimes I'm looking at your messages, I'll be like, but Dion, you said this yesterday, but just a different way.
right.
And you say the same message 10 different times, 2 different ways. But in me to say, and now like, you're stuck on protecting your peace and your space and everybody else has access.
But notice how it shows up in your body when people do try to infiltrate. I'm talking about the chakras, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Meaning like, if I'm around you and I feel this agitation, I don't feel safe with you. You like,
Right.
I don't want
Right.
the throw start. You know what? This is a one-sided conversation.
Do you need some water? I don't need to leave. But even sometimes it's like,
You have to allow people to talk. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like what's yours and what's not yours as well.
Mhm.
People will try to drain you, especially when they like how you love you.
Oh, wow.
You know, say that again.
I love you. Give
I'm
me
feeling
some
that. Man, oh man, I'm loving you because at the end of the day, the thing about this is we preach that all the time. Like, and like LaShon said, like I talk about this all the time in different ways.
Almost in every post.
Yeah, because it's important because it is so important.
Good report.
I love it.
We have a good little flow.
Yes.
And I read it. I mean, I may not respond, but I read
Right.
your post on, and I'm like, okay, yeah. And so I'm like, you're right. I gotta protect my peace.
Right. And it's funny, we take that for granted and we don't understand how it really affects us if we're not on top of it, especially having an autoimmune. Like so to me, and I've noticed over time, I felt better. I had better lupus results, better test results when I controlled those things. When those things got out of control and I was stressed out, guess what? I ended up in the hospital. I can't have that. I can't have that.
Yeah.
So that,
and that's not even an exaggeration. That's so real. I've had too many near-death experiences and intubations and comas, you know what I'm saying, to live through and to talk about it. And I'll be 40 next year. I'll be 40 next year. Now I'll be aging myself, but I'll be 40 next year. And to say that journey has been a journey to get to that point, or even to be present today.
I'm sure.
And to allow anyone to come in my space and cause discord and chaos, absolutely not.
Yes.
Absolutely not. And you can't, and that's not to say that the world is perfect, you don't have any issues, because you all know. On Tuesday, I had a whole tizzy. And I was like, I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
But working it so
Right, it is.
Yeah.
But the forgiveness, right? Like if the old me would have took that situation and just would have internalized, beat myself up.
Well, so do it there. What
but the relationship we have with others, we teach people how to treat us. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna expect you to do anything better than how I treat me. So now it's like, oh well, we can do it Friday.
If you're so,
You know, yes, I'm a breed. And because I treat myself well, so of course I'm going to be in spaces.
Yeah.
I demand spaces that compliment the way that I treat myself. Because the moment that it's not, I will know it instantly. My body will be like, and I'm going to trust it and I'm going to walk away. You know, so we can't run from confrontation. That's our indicator that that's not for us.
Mm-hmm.
Or that something needs to be resolved, right?
And it just so something needs to be resolved. I like that because I felt that yesterday, and with two people, and I said, hey, I think we should, talk to resolve, because I'm feeling a lack of acknowledgement and sometimes you get stuck right there when you feel people are not acknowledging you for what you're doing, the work, the efforts, what you have brought to this table, right? Not to say you need to be thanked a million times over and over. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
Just, Dion, thank you so much for being here today. Let me acknowledge that. When you get up at 11 or 12 to be on this at 8:30 Chicago time, I appreciate that. So that's an
Always.
acknowledgement.
Always, that's it. That's
So
it.
I don't think it costs a lot for us to do
Right.
it for
Right.
each other.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know?
Makes sense.
LaShon, I know you're really busy. Thank you for squeezing this 45 minutes in, because we know you all over the place.
That's it.
Yeah, especially when you know.
You know.
I know. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I think you've answered a lot of my pre-question, so yeah, I just really wanted to get to know how you got involved, and then how would people who are hearing about this for the first time, what would be like a good first step, like a 101, how, like, they're like, this is really interesting, we're logged off, how do I look into this?
There are a lot of information about chakras online. When it comes to yourself and meditation with frequencies, I think a sound bath meditation on YouTube is super easy. Yeah, just all you have to do is, I'm in the process of working on developing a YouTube channel where I'm doing the sound baths personally, because I have found a difference, because I have been using YouTube for years, but I recently recorded some on my own, and I was like, oh, I feel my body responding different. Yeah, well, you know how things are, like pre-recorded, live, in action, personal. When the intention is different, you get a different response. But that is very easy, like learning to breathe, just breathing and listening to the sounds. So my whole thing is, I don't like when people think of themselves as a project or work. But if you can implement it for yourself, and it's a treat, you're treating yourself and incorporate it into a lifestyle. You know, because once you be like, you know, I got to do this, so it's not going to work. It's like, that's another thing you have to check off your box, and you're not being present with what's happening. So if you want to be present, to just hear your body and listen to it, especially when you've grown accustomed to only hearing it when it's in pain, grow to listen to your body when it's well, or as you're pursuing wellness and developing it, because it's a muscle memory too. Like, you have to get accustomed to feeling yourself and knowing yourself, and take, you know, and not feeling like a burden. Like, it's not a burden to love yourself. And this is a part of love, right? Because you would do it for somebody else.
Something new I just started, I learned about bilateral music. I like ocean waves, ponds, any body of water, like a river ripple, just in tapping.
Yes.
I just learned about this, and I've been doing it for a few weeks, and oh my goodness,
Tapping is amazing.
how does that?
It was called EDR, EDMR.
So tapping is on both sides, so say both sides, so.
Okay.
Both
Oh,
sides, right? And at the time that I'm doing this, it might be background music, waterfalls or ocean or whatever.
Chloe sleeps to the washing machine, she makes that sound, and her hatch, she has that
It's on the
sound.
show. So, and it just equalizes that energy and centers me. Okay, so I can start or end my day this way. Okay, some people first thing we do, we probably might reach for medicine. Some people pray or meditate in the morning. Thank you, God, for waking you up. Reach for your phone. Now, I don't reach for my phone first. A lot of people, a lot of social media. Let me check. I don't, bro. That's probably the fourth thing I do.
I can't do it. Yeah. It take me so long to get started sometimes. My phone You can call me 1,000,001 times. It's like, I'm not that guy. I am not that guy.
He protected his peace. I'm calling this girl texting me. I'm protecting my peace. Go the heck out. You're just like, hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Yeah.
I got you, Dion. I got you. Yeah, I'm living a wealthy life. Hey, you know that. He protect. I want to hear something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I apologize if the sound doesn't pick up because Zoom does have a feature on there to block noise. So it might pick it up.
Okay.
But we're gonna try. So the bowls that I have is the smaller one is the crown chakra, and the slightly larger one is the heart. So let's do it together, right?
Let's do it.
So let's plant our feet on the ground.
Okay.
To connect to the earth.
I want to feel short, like feet on the ground.
Yeah,
It's sitting in the chair. Okay.
elongate your spine, roll your shoulders back, opening up your space. Then you're gonna gently close your eyes and we're gonna take 3 deep breaths. So we're gonna count to 4 to inhale, hold, and exhale for 6. Okay? So breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. And exhale out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this next breath, I want you to deeply inhale, and I want to hear the exhale. Like you don't have to be cute. We gonna release all the things. Okay, breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, and exhale out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Y'all did great. So we're gonna do it again. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3. Hold it and exhale out. One last deep breath in together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Exhale out. Thank you.
Thank you. That was very relaxing. Oh, no, it was beautiful. And I watched you do it now with my eyes open. I wanted to peek the whole time. I was like, how are these performances? Yeah, I was like, how is it making that noise? I'm so sad, my eyes closed.
Yeah, so they just, well, each sound practitioner, I believe, is different for sure. So again, you're taking the sound and gently.
Can you hear that, Dion?
Nah, we couldn't hear it over here.
Yeah.
I wish I was there. I know. I really wish I was there.
The
That sounds,
frequency.
yeah.
Wow. We talked about frequency, and
Yeah.
to hear it, oh goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish I was able to hear that. I wish I gotta listen.
Oh, well.
Yeah, listen. I'm definitely gonna come back to Chicago just so I can just get that full experience. Yeah.
Yeah, the full experience is definitely great. And I think my favorite thing is seeing you guys' impact. And it didn't take long, right? It was like 3 minutes breathing, a good meditation, y'all about to be superheroes for the whole weekend. I mean, seriously, start me on right now. Yes, I am really feeling this. Yes, you can order your own. I always encourage people to have one at home. Like, this isn't like a elite secret society of sandals, but you know, they have different colors. If you don't know which chakra to get, it really doesn't matter. I like to play intuitively, so whichever one you get, you know, you connect with it and sit with your plant and your tea in the morning, give it a good ding, breathe in. Journaling can be a part of your wellness toolkit.
And I've done journaling with the support group. I've had different, I don't have to bring this on.
Is there one you would advise someone with lupus to start with? If they're gonna buy one or two?
Probably I keep between the heart and the root. It depends. Like, if you are in a space where you need to be nurtured and cared for and loved, especially as you're going through it, because I think a lot of us with autoimmune issues don't want someone to solve the problem. We just need to be loved through as we're going through it.
Support.
Yeah,
Incredible thing.
yes.
Got it.
So
Support.
that, and then that looks different. So that
Support
care,
is different.
you know, it could be through food or herbs or consideration. It's so many things. And then the roots. So the difference between the emotional feeling love through it and the root of being supported through. One is physical, one is emotional. So if you need emotional support, start with the heart. If you need more people calling in your tribe, then start with the root. Well,
I
another
love it.
wonderful session.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. We got to redo this session live so I can come out there. So we definitely got to redo this again because wow, that's wow.
Yeah, just to hear it and then
I know it.
you would appreciate what I heard.
You
I'm
took the
sure.
you would appreciate
Sure.
it more. Yeah,
Sure I would.
because it's like tuning your instrument. So this is how you tune yourself
I got it.
before you get to it. Is it?
I'm right here with you. I'm a drummer. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with it. Yeah.
See how creative,
I know.
see how creative we are
I know.
as a group of people, like information sharing, like once you know, you know.
Yes.
We gotta do another live session when I. Right. Yeah, there you go. We just gotta recreate this. Like I have to get that live. I have to.
And at the next jazz concert, we have to bring her out.
That's it.
Come on.
That's it.
Listen,
Hey,
I don't care.
You said bring it in.
Hey, let's go ahead and get it together now. The next jazz live session, we can add that too. I'm telling you, I think that'll be so nice. I just want to hear that.
We can go on a tour. We're gonna take this phone.
That's it.
I told you to buy a school bus and paint it and put BKS on the side. You know,
No, we gotta do plane tickets. You know that driving everywhere for me. You know that. Woo.
Yeah, he said that but a word.
That's what
I'm just a listener. I'm good to go play. It's been a while. That's a part of my okay. That's the frequency I want. Everything taken off. That's the frequency I like.
That's it. I love it though. I really love it, and just to have these things, knowing like what we deal with internally. You know, to have something like that, what you do, and just combining the other things that we've talked about in these previous sessions. Y'all don't even understand. Right? It works. I'm telling y'all, man, we got it, man. All right, LaShon, go ahead and get the thinking. You already know you the brains of the operation now, so we're gonna. So we definitely gonna put it on her.
No, thank you for the acknowledgement, Dion.
That's it. No, you already know. You know me. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I know my role. Yeah.
So we just gonna have to have our coffee up here next time, like we all. Right.
That's it.
Thank you, Dion.
Thank you.
Always. Yes. Thank you. Listen, I'm definitely gonna see you again. I'm coming back to Chicago. Trust me, we will be back in Chicago. For real. For real, definitely. Definitely.
Well, thanks everyone. We hope you enjoyed.
Thank you.
Yes. This is what it's
Working on
about.
Session 5 soon.
Session 5, Dion Langley's gonna give you a snapshot of his journey with Lupus
Yes.
and his music and the way he copes with it. I'll be in the background.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
You know my room. I would know my
Look.
face.
Well, hey, that's right. That's right. You gonna be gone. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's it. Yeah, session 5 gonna be. That's gonna be. I'm really excited about that because I always love to be able to have that moment and that opportunity to be me and be who I am because a lot of people they don't get to see that side of me. So I'm definitely excited. Come back for session 5. Come back for session 5. Trust me.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for having me. Yes, LSI. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, thank you everyone who joined us tonight. We really appreciate your time and we hope that you enjoyed and learned something from tonight's presentation. I'd like to thank LaShon, Dion, and Chiquita for their time and their education on this topic. As Dion mentioned, we will be preparing for the 5th and final part of this Where Music Meets Medicine. So hopefully we'll have that soon. And at LSI, we are preparing for some great educational events for 2026. So stay tuned. Make sure you follow us on social media. We will be announcing in January our upcoming walk. We do have the spots for the Chicago Marathon. So again, I thank you all and have a wonderful night.